Don't. Tanya, where'd you go?
We lost her.
Oh, Cinco de Mayo.
Hola, chica.
Down there.
It's let me tip it to the side like a gangster lean. Hey, here's what we do. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody.
Cinco de Mayo.
Anybody celebrating? Hanging out tonight on a Friday
night? No, I'm gonna be in my bed. I'll be sleeping by 8:30, maybe 9, maybe sooner. But I dust off the hat.
I do have a great recommendation. If you want a real good margarita in a can, the brand is called Cutwater, and it's lime margarita. You just pour it over ice. It's the perfect pour. I do it for like if I'm having a party. I have the cans set out with a big ice bucket, and people get lit.
Am I good here, Vanessa? I'm gonna have to bring my hat to New York next month. Okay, here we are. Hi, Chris. You okay?
Hello. My back hurts.
Yeah, my back hurts.
Weed whacking for an hour. Just going back and forth. Can't be doing that at 55. I'm telling you.
Sounds like me today. I power washed my entire house outside, and Shahida recommended me a great dude, Ronnie, that swapped out some boards on my deck, and I power washed that. So yeah, my back is hurting too. And tomorrow I'll be painting. I'll be up at like 7 a.m. painting my deck.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make it 3 for 4. My back is hurting too because
Are you workout today?
I went to the gym for the first time in like long months, and I didn't think that the trainer was gonna work me out. So you know how I got out of it? I did 45 minutes, and I'm serious. My legs are on fire, and so like I was like, he's like, oh, we go for like about 60 minutes. I'm like, I'm working from home, and I got a meeting at 11. Can I just leave a little early? I was just tired. But it was good. But my back is hurting.
All right, so.
But Vanessa, make it 4 for 4.
No, my back is fine. My hamstrings are tight because I kickboxed yesterday, and then I was lifting the day before. So between the deadlifts and the kickboxing, I'm really tight today.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try some kickboxing.
It's good.
Yeah. That's what my daughter was telling me to go into that I'll get a good whole body workout. So I think I'm gonna try it.
Get all your aggressions out.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot. I'm angry.
Okay. So, Married at First Sight, Nashville, UK. Let's start with Nashville and get this shit over with. Jesus.
Yeah, okay, everybody kind of like made a face.
It's just the same shit over. Nothing's changed. It's literally probably for the past 5 episodes. We know what the people are like. We know Eris doesn't give a shit. We know Nicole's fucking. It's just whatever.
Okay. All right. Let's start with Clint and Gina, because I have to go there with McKinley. What his name is, Mackenzie or McKinley? What is it? McKinley is a shady ass, petty ass, bitch ass. Mm-hmm. Over there with his little shit-eating grin, talking to Clint, talking about, so how's things going?
Mm-hmm.
And Clint's confiding in him, and he's sitting there like, knowing damn well he slid into Gina's DMs, and here we are.
Was that in the preview?
No, it was in the show. And talking about how she was such a great entrepreneur, and he's a good businessman, and he admires Gina for being a businesswoman and how great she is, and he's attracted to her. Had they been matched up in the beginning? You didn't see any of this? He said, had they been matched up? Yes. What?
I don't know how I missed that.
How the hell you missed that? That's terrible.
Was it the end?
No, it was like in the mid. It's like literally in the beginning, like the first like 30 minutes, maybe 35, 40 minutes in.
He's at the gym. They're both at the gym.
That's how glazed over I am with the.
Maybe because I think I fell asleep too. Because I know.
Yes, Vanessa, like you said, they both worked out. Like Clint and McKinley met at the gym at the apartment, and they were working out together.
Before the haircut?
Huh?
Before the haircut?
Yes.
It had to be. It was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then when he did his alone, you do your stand-up, your alone interview, McKinley said, yeah, I slid into her DMs. I really admired her being such a great businesswoman, and I'm an entrepreneur.
That's
and had we been met up, I think we would have made a great couple. Yeah.
Yep.
What did she respond?
I'm sure she's thinking that now knowing that. Now, when you see them at their couples counseling, when she was talking about how corny he was, and she doesn't get his corny behavior, and his jokes are bad, and he's weird, and I don't know how to say this, and all this crap. Borderline embarrassing. When she said that, I flatlined. When she was like, it's like borderline, like low key embarrassing, and I was like, why would you say? Yeah. Why would you say that?
Is mean. Even if it was your friend, if they're friends now, having respect, she has no respect for him whatsoever.
None.
I don't know why she's so.
She just doesn't like him. Period. We say the same thing every week. She just don't want him. She doesn't like him. She doesn't think he's attractive. When this is over, even if they were on the same floor at the apartment that they live, she still wouldn't stop in and say hello. She don't like him.
Even when he got his hair cut, she was like,
yeah.
I know, exactly.
Okay, yeah, she's like just sneering. And and then when Clint gave the pup cup to the puppy, wasn't that?
Oh my dog people.
Yes. When he was in the car and the dog was in the back seat and he's like, we're going to get our coffee and we're going to do our thing. And he's like, you want a pup cup? And I was like, I literally I flatlined and I creamed over Clint. Because I'm like, come on, bro. You take my dog to get a pup cup? Mm-hmm. I'm all set. I'm good.
And it goes back. I mean, I know we're all adamant that she's just not attracted to him. I can get that on the looks, but after being with him all this time, his personality didn't move you a little? Because I get it. When you don't like somebody because of their looks, that's like, ugh. But he's so nice. He's generous with his time. He's supportive. You're not going to get that in one man.
And the fact that she said that, he's not doing things specifically for her. She don't want things done specifically for her.
But he does, though.
He's afraid to touch her. Remember, he said he grazed her ass, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm sorry." Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. That's intense.
That's weird.
Calm down, lady.
Very weird. Yeah, that was very weird. Why do you have to apologize? That's your wife. If you graze her ass, walking by her in the kitchen or in the living room, whatever, just be like, ooh. For me, I mean, as a wife, if I'm attracted to my man, if he grazed against my booty, I'd be like, he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'd be like, ooh, no, don't be sorry, daddy. Let's come on. Go in the room. But that's just me.
Well, she hates him.
She does.
And I don't understand why. I really don't.
And she knows Mac is standing by. That's why. She knows that when it's all over, she can hook up with him, and then they can, continue the franchise maybe, but she knows she's got somebody
in his aunt's basement.
But she said it. Did you guys Did you guys watch the after party?
Yeah.
So you saw when Rudy Huxtable said to her, they showed the clip,
right? And
Rudy Huxtable said to her, is Mac someone that you would date? Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh yeah, she played it good. She's like, oh yeah, I'd date him. He's kind of my type. And I was like, I don't understand how you would look at Mac. Mac to me looks like a child. There's nothing about Mac that makes me want to be like, I could go out on a date with him or do anything with him. Clint, on the other hand, I'm like, okay, let's do this, whatever. But Mac, no. But she's all like, yeah, I can see myself going on a date with Mac.
Mm-hmm.
So we already know where this is going. Yes. They're already setting us up for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe they stole a little something from Australia and UK.
We ain't getting to that yet.
Okay.
All right. So all I know is that for me, Clint and Gina, it's a no. She's gonna say no.
No, of course it's
That's a no.
Day one.
That's a no. But can we get to Hammer Time Gate? Hammer Time Gate.
Oh, somebody's toes.
Oh.
I was waiting for y'all to pick it up. Hammer Time Gate. Yo, if you are going to be on national TV and there's going to be some rubbing of the feet, make sure your feet is on point, Aris and Jasmine. When I saw all that cakey, the flakiness of the feet and the unkept toes, and I was like, stop it, Lifetime. Why are you? I'm like, come on, cameraman, stop zooming in on his feet and her feet, because both of their feet was fucking trash.
Oh my god!
And why is he like, hit me?
He what?
He wants a dominatrix.
Oh,
that's what he said. He literally said it. I want a dominatrix. Do you think you can dominate me? And she's like, oh, no. And then, but then he wants somebody to beat his ass.
Basically, because he said it. He said it on the after party that he watched, and I love the show too, and I'm glad that I watched it. He watched Billions on Showtime. And, the premise of Billions on Showtime, if y'all haven't watched it, Chris and Shahida, I suggest you watch it. So you know that what's his name? What's the actor?
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Giamatti. He's like a masochist. Like he has like a woman that, and his wife does it to him too, whatever. I think he likes that. He said that on the after party. He's like, I saw this on Billions, and I was like, ooh, I might want to try that.
And he keeps saying she's getting better. She's getting stronger. Like, he's like grooming her to kick his ass. You know what I mean?
So get it. Jasmine had the perfect opportunity when he was like, slap me. Jasmine, I was literally screaming at the TV. I was screaming at the TV because I was like, bitch, backhand that motherfucker like he owes you money. like backhand him like he's your bitch on the corner in Hunts Point, New York City, making you your money, and be like, bitch, where's my money? Backhand his ass. You had the opportunity.
Right.
And she was like, hell. And I was like,
I would have did either.
He's like, hit me harder. And I'm like, bitch, you need to backhand him.
She didn't know what was going on. I felt bad for her. She was all kind of like, hit you? Why?
Right, exactly.
I'm like, girl, I'm feeling you too. She's so naive to a point. He's a little.
I think she's still in it though.
So what did you think about the psychic reading? What did you think about that? Yeah.
Forgot about
she
that.
Said he's open, you're good for each other. I mean, that was kind of
I thought that was a setup. I didn't work. She gave too much information where I was like, no, you sound like the experts here. Like, here we are. And I'm all for the mediums and the psychics. I believe wholeheartedly in that. But she was just too spot on, and I was like, I'm not falling for that.
If it wasn't on TV, you'd believe it maybe, but because it's part of her show, I'm like, no.
Yeah, I didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It was too much. It was too spot on for them.
But do you think that's going to sway his decision? because his mother, I think it was his
grandmother.
How many times he's like, was there a woman who served you food and you really?
I think he's going to say yes.
I think so too.
I think he's going to say yes too.
And I think it was that damn psychic story. Your grandma said she's her favorite one.
Exactly.
See, I didn't think of that. I thought that when he showed up with his fake Monopoly money at the pole dancing, and he's like making it rain, and I'm looking at the TV, I'm like, that ain't real dollars, bro. Huh?
Again, like another setup. They set up everything.
Yeah.
Like you really went there with Monopoly money.
He went with fake money.
He was digging though. She was finally shaking it and squatting down, and his eyes were lit up.
She loved every bit of that. When he was like talking to her, like, we got to do this more often. Maybe we'll get a poll. She wouldn't shut her mouth about that one. When he was like, maybe we'll get a poll for the house. And her brain went to after decision day. Like, oh, we're going to get a poll for the house. Oh, she won't get that. Listen, if he says yes, there's going to be a poll mounted in that household. Please believe me.
I think he's going to say yes. I think that they'll probably say yes and be divorced the next week or something. But I think they're both going to say
if they
yes.
start having sex, maybe
I forgot about that.
That's the one X factor.
They still haven't?
They still haven't had sex.
But if she's so naive, do you think she's going to turn him out, or he's going to get bored, or is it more thrilling for him to teach her what he wants and make her, because that might not excite him. If she's so naive and so sweet,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
But did you pay attention to the after party because it was the debut of Jasmine's new teeth?
Oh, really?
Did they zoom in? I didn't.
Oh yes, I caught that. I assess everything. And when she was sitting there and she was smiling, and I was like, "Ooh, your bottom teeth look good, Jasmine." And then when they came back from a commercial, and I was like, "Oh, Jasmine was full on like, ee!" And I was like, "Oh, bitch, you got your grill great. All right, we good." Oh yeah, she got her full teeth. It was the debut of Jasmine's new teeth.
Okay.
There you go.
You can't really see.
Yeah, you can barely see it.
Yeah.
But you can see it if you pay attention.
And that will help her self-confidence, because even though she does laugh and she does talk, she does put her hand up to her mouth a lot.
Yeah.
So it has bothered her. So it's good that she got it done. But I think that I think she is naive enough to go with.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's some good chiclets. That's some Whitney Houston teeth right there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. It doesn't look very natural, but whatever. She got it done.
Really, Shahida?
She's smiling a lot more, too.
We got to pick our battles, Shahida. We were dogging her out when she had them tragic ass teeth. Now she fixed it. Let's give the bitch her credit.
I did, didn't I?
Let's give her flowers. No, you really didn't. You kind of shaded her, but here we are.
I did. I've always been nice to Jasmine. Next one.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna say all I'm gonna say with regards to Aris and Jasmine. I was saying for the longest time that they're not going to say yes, but now I'm on the fence because I just don't know where this is going to go with them too. So I'm still going to, because I'm that bitch. I'm going to say that it's still going to be a no. I'm going to keep that shit until the end of the series.
It depends on who goes first. If he goes first and he says yes, she's 100% saying yes.
Yeah.
If she says yes, I think they're going to say yes.
I think they're going to say no. I think one of them is going to say no. I don't know who it is, though. It ain't going to be Jasmine.
So is it only like one more regular show?
I hope so.
No, we got a couple of more shows. Because when it ended, it said there was like 4 days to decision day. So we got, they're going to drag that shit out.
Oh, damn.
Terrible.
Yeah, all right. I'm done.
I say yes.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
All right. I'm with. Okay.
And mind you, remember he
Against
hasn't
what?
had sex in what? How long is it? 8 weeks?
They haven't had sex ever.
No,
No,
he
him.
hasn't had sex. He hasn't had sex in 8 weeks because he had sex with a woman the Tuesday before the marriage, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
So when they, if they consummate it, he may be in for good.
You better be good.
Did he have sex with her 2 days before their wedding or 2 days before they called him to be on the show? That's a huge difference.
Whatever, it was a week. I don't know. Remember he was dating her girlfriend or the girl she knows on Instagram.
Yeah. He had sex. I think it was like a week, maybe a week and a half before they got married. Because he felt that I'm still single, which I agree with him. Like, bro, you still single, but I don't agree with the fact that if you signed up for this, like you're getting married. So for me, I'd be like, you know what? I'm shutting everything down. And I'm going to focus on this person, this stranger that I'm about to marry. And here we are. Aris don't think like that because he had a big juicy booty, in his face. And he's like, I'm going to hit that. And I ain't mad at him. And here we are.
It would be. But I know. We're thinking the woman way because I can see it on Chris's face.
Yeah, Chris is shaking his head.
Yeah. If you're going to have the last hurrah, you better get that. If you're going to be married for the rest of your life, you better get that shit done.
Yeah, we didn't have this discussion. You're disgusting. No, just
okay. So, all right. So let's just take the vote. I'm going to still say that Aris and Jasmine is a no. Chris?
Yes, I didn't say 3-1 for.
Yeah.
So it's 3 against me.
Yeah.
So y'all three think they're going to make it, and I'm out. Okay, here we are.
Hey, Clinton Gina. No. We all say no on Clinton Gina.
Oh, yeah. Clinton Gina is an obvious no. So she's going to go jump on McKinley's nuts. So let's go to Kirsten and Shaq.
Wait, one second. I do think that if Gina had showed some sort of interest, I think Clinton would have been. He seems like more on the edge of could say yes, could make it work.
Oh, no, he definitely would have.
Yeah, if she had showed some sort of like not being an ice queen and was like, growing with them and like, because I think they could have a good foundation for a marriage because they seem to get along with things. So I think if she had shown some, just like, and when he says, we just don't have that attraction for each other, I think he's saying it more about her than him. Because when you saw that the wedding and stuff, and they both kissed, and she had her arms around him. Remember at the wedding and everything was really nice. It was like, if you're really not really truly not attracted to someone, you're not gonna be putting your arms around them and kissing them on, So something either it must have just snapped with her, or when he called her fat or whatever, that whole fat scandal, which I still don't think he meant, but.
I think she's a poser. I think it was all made up from the very beginning and she was trying to save face. I think she saw him, knew that she was not attracted to him, and like she played it out, and she's been playing. She's into that, that cosmetic, beauty, making everything beautiful. And I think from the very beginning she was out. Yeah. I think Clint has been working hard and he's trying to make it. He's a great guy. And,
how much harder?
And she's selfish. She's like, he doesn't ask me about, he cooks for everybody else, but not me. He doesn't ask me what I want. Like what?
Unbelievable.
He's cooking for everybody. Like everything he did, she had some negative thing to say. But I think she's just selfish, and she wanted some perfect person that she didn't get, and she's not going to get a perfect person.
Yep. That part. Yeah. I agree with you on that, because when she brought up the whole, he cooks because he likes to cook. She was like, because he likes to cook. It's not like he's cooking for me, but he's cooking because he likes to cook. Bitch, pick your battles, bitch. Because at the end of the day, for me, I'm like, listen to me. I like to cook. But I'm not going to look at you and be like, okay, here's the menu for tonight. Like, I'm just cooking. You understand? He's just doing what he does. And she's like, well, it's not like he's like involving me. Why would he? You don't cook. Just eat the fucking food.
I also think she's jealous of his attention too. Because he's always the first. He gets everybody like, what's Clint gonna say? And he always gets the attention. I think she's jealous of him. He's number one. Right. Yeah. Everybody loves him and she disappears. No one's talking to her because he's the big guy in the room. Yeah. And she's not digging it.
Can't stand it. You're right.
Yep. You are so right on that one, Vanessa. You nailed that one right in the head. You are right on that one. Yeah. I agree. Gina. What?
I don't like Gina.
None of us like Gina.
List. Like, I don't like this whole get her off.
So Kirsten
and Shaq.
God damn! Everybody forgot the name.
No, but
the proof. When he was saying, well, "I'm just going to give Kirsten her shine right now and give her flowers," because when he was on the last couples couch, not couples couch, but the after party with Rudy, he was like, Kirsten's a different person off camera. And she doesn't talk to me, or she's dismissive of me. And then when the cameras are on, she's a whole nother person. Well, fast forward to this episode, and now it's him.
He don't like her.
He does not. Did that all kind of change your opinion of her a little? Because
that footage of him coming in and out and not even talking to her,
that's what I was saying. Like, he comes on, she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "I'm good," and he goes in the room and shuts the door. And I'm like, that's not a good look.
I think she had her chance because he was wide open in the beginning. She had her chance, but she was being all this, that, and the other. And now she's scrambling because he's totally not into her. No. So she's trying to be like, oh, well, and now he's just done. He's just totally done. He don't like her. He's not happy. He don't care. The family was coming over. He's like,
okay. But that was sad though.
It was just her mama.
Her mother seemed very wise.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Educated. Like really gave some real good nuggets.
She sure did. She sure did. I still don't think that. Listen, I don't want to out people, but I'm just saying, I'm going to be the first one to out this man. I think that Shaq is gay.
He is not.
And please. Here we go. If he's not, then I'll own it. But I just have a feeling that there's other things underlying with Shaq. It's not his job. It's not his he's still in school. It's not, this marriage. I just think that Shaq is conflicted. Let me take the gay away and say, I think Shaq is conflicted. And when it comes out, I'm going to be sitting here and I'll be like, ooh, let me tip my hat to the other side and be like, I told you. Not sorry.
Give me 3 indications. I'm just curious.
Really, Vanessa?
Well, making the ties. I mean, sewing machine, that's.
I don't care about the sewing machine. I mean, because, it's a sewing machine. A lot of men sew. But his whole disposition is, I'm just like,
It's her. Because of her.
No.
She's so not exciting at all. She's just dull. She has no personality. She's kind of like this. Well, what do we? She's just boring. She brings nothing to the table.
Neither does he.
Yes, he does.
No,
yes,
he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
What do you mean he doesn't?
What does he bring to the table? Come on, talk to me. What does what does Shaq bring to the table?
Energy. He loves his job. He was trying really hard. He has hobbies. He likes to do things. What do we know about her? What she likes to do things? We know she don't sit. She does her real estate. You saw her place.
Well, we know that place is fake, but with him, I get it that he has all this going on, but I think he might have bit off more than he can chew. I think that at this time, for him, with his job, his education, his family, his doing whatever the hell else he's doing, I think he bit off more than he could chew. And I don't think he really likes her. I don't think he's really into her.
No, of course not. But doesn't mean he couldn't be in this. If it was the right if it was Jasmine, they'd be flying. If it was Jasmine,
I don't know about
they'd
that.
be good to go. They'd be good to go.
I don't know about that. I'm just feeling some sort of way about Shaquille. I don't think Shaquille likes women. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't think that he likes women. And I think he's just putting up a facade.
Do you remember him at that altar when he saw her?
He lit up.
That was not a man that did not like women.
Well, no. Listen, there's a lot of gay men that look at a beautiful woman and they're like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, yes, bitch." He just
not
didn't do
for
that at the
him.
altar.
Not for him. He was like, "That's for me."
No, I don't know about that. We'll see.
All right.
So that's
let me
like
give
saying
my one opinion on,
Go.
because I haven't said anything yet. Y'all been talking enough, so I'm joking. I changed my mind a little bit about Shaquille because that one clip that they showed shows me how much we don't see. And I know we've been saying, oh, she's a brat and she's this. And she is those things, but I'm not going to be as harsh on her. And she really feels that she knows he doesn't like her. She even said it in that kitchen, right? I just want us to feel like we like each other. So my thing is this. We saw that clip in that house. He might have been just as mean to her from the very beginning.
Exactly.
Not giving her any, and then on the camera, be a totally different person. I'm starting to look at that more like, I can't say who's 100%. I know that they're both wrong, but he is not coming off as a good guy to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa?
Agreed. You know, when she said, "Do you even like me?" That was very vulnerable for her. She was true though. That was a vulnerable. Like, do you even?
I'm saying he doesn't like me.
Yeah. So
I wasn't disagreeing with her.
And then during the clip, she said, "Can I make you some salmon and broccoli?" He's like, "I'm fine," and walked out. So you can see her, make rude and try to make an effort. They definitely not gonna. Now, what do you think of her brother? He was a little Roseville as well in terms of his.
He was a non-factor for me. He's a non-factor. They would just, again, Lifetime, get your shit together and take a page out of UK, because we could have been done with her and her conversation with her brother, and we could have been done with her and Shaq and getting all dressed up to the nines and going sitting in the church. I thought they was. I thought some shit was about to pop off. I was about to grab my tambourine and be like, "Yes, okay, we in the church. We in Tennessee. Let's do the church shit." And I'm sitting there like, when's the people coming in? Like, when's the pastor coming in? When's the choir coming in? You two sitting there just no, I'm good. Yeah, I would have been. They got all gussied up. I'm not.
Thought they were going to service
on a Sunday. I will take my shower and I will put my sweats on and my t-shirt, whatever. But what I ain't gonna do is put on a whole ass church ass outfit and go sit in a church pew with you. With ain't nothing else going on. We can handle this shit at home. I'm not sorry. So I thought that was a waste. That was a waste of my time.
Yeah, that was just a script piece, and it did not work.
Wasting my time.
Double no.
And maybe the sex was bad to Shaquille.
Because why? Because why, Chris? Why was the sex bad, Chris?
Because she has no sexuality at all. She is kind of like a dead fish. She looks like she wants. She looks like she was gonna slap you
with her pimp hat on.
Listen, I agree with you, Chris. But
she has no.
Neither one of them have no nothing. Neither one of them I look at and I want to be like, I want to have sex with you right now.
Yeah, but she looks like that he has to do all. She's like, she's the worst.
It's terrible. They're all
even though he has been a dick to her recently. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
All right, I gotta adjust my hat.
Nicole and Chris.
I'm even tired of them. Just stop. I don't care. Go get married, have 7 kids. It doesn't matter to me. Please.
I think Chris is gonna say no. That's all I gotta say.
You've been saying that every week.
Yeah, I know she's saying that every week.
I think Chris is going to say no. And I gotta get my phone. Where's my phone? Because I took notes. I think I took minimal notes.
Even he will not say no, just not to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
He'll say yes, just not to hurt her feelings.
You're right. I agree with you.
Yeah, he's really.
So he's gonna say yes. But here's
the thing I was a little disappointed with. Like, he went out with his friend that is a life coach that knows his thing. So I was looking when he said, I'm going to go hang out with my friend and go look at antique cars. And he's a life coach and I want his, you know, what's the word? I want his, whatever. Opinion. That's it. Thank you. And I'm like, no opinion was had. I had a little dry balls watching it afterwards. I was like, I was all ready for, you know, his friend to say to him, I was ready for Chris to throw his, you know, sword on the fucking thing. And his friend be like, bruh, yeah, you know, this is fast paced. And if you're not ready for it, then no need to keep on going with it. Is this the woman? The key question is, do you want to spend the rest of your life with her?
She scared me.
Can I get an answer? Can I get an answer? I'll ask all three.
Yes, he wants to spend the rest of his life with her.
What person you want to wake up to this motherfucker for the rest of your goddamn natural ass life? Because I don't.
He'll be the king in her eyes forever, so you can't get any better than that.
Exactly.
And her father, right. they completely edited that whole teaser out saying, you know, he's not a waste of time. He's a good guy. So
those teasers, you can't look at anything. The only teaser and the whole, not seasons, but all the seasons, the only teaser that we were waiting on was when the homegirl was throwing the things in the game room, the black girl, Michaela.
In Texas, and
and when she was throwing and walking to that slam on the door, that was the only teaser. I was like, "Ooh, you can't make that up."
Crazy.
But we were thinking maybe she had a legitimate reason. Nope, she's crazy. Nope,
she was just straight up nuts.
That bitch was mental, and I ain't mad because I felt her pain. But I was like, "Ooh, girl, don't embarrass yourself on national TV." But here we are. So I think she's gonna say yes, and he's gonna say yes. No, I don't think he's gonna say yes.
There is no way he's gonna say no to her.
I think he's gonna say no. He has to weigh his options. As a man, he's got to weigh his options. I think he's gonna say no.
On a dinosaur outfit because he doesn't want to do it, and she says, "Oh, why don't you just do it?" And he's like, "Okay." There's no way in hell if she says yes that he's going to break her heart like that. She will be devastated. She would be devastated. He can't do that to her. He would never do that to her. He would never do that to her.
And he cares about what everybody else thinks too. I mean, he's like, everyone's counting on them. They're the ideal couple. He wouldn't want to let everybody else down too.
He's a people pleaser, and there's no way he's going to say no. No way.
Yeah.
Double yes.
Shahida, wake up, bitch. Okay, you up. Okay. So I'm the odd man out again. I think that Chris is going to say no.
You usually are.
I am the odd man out all the time. Shh, Chris. Really?
The whole damn season.
That's nice. The whole season.
You said 5 no's from the beginning.
At the very beginning.
At the very beginning, you said 5 no's.
I did. All right. So fuck Nashville.
That's it, right?
Listen.
Right?
No, it's not it. Because I gotta take my shit off. It's time for UK. Are we gonna talk about UK? Come on.
You need a fascinator. Now we gotta get you.
That's right. I should have a fascinator. Jesus.
What's a fascinator?
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, when the
fascinator. Yes, where you have the little thing in it.
It looks like it looks like a little hat, but it's on a headband. So it's not an actual hat, but it's got like a flower or something. Yeah.
Now we're going to UK. So now I gotta I had to ditch the Mexican hat. Now I got nothing for UK. And here
you want to talk
Before
about?
you jump into UK, who's watching the coronation?
Not my black ass.
I am.
Did you see what they did?
What?
On the lawn? On the lawn, someone did a gigantic penis mowed into the lawn.
You are lying.
I am not. I will show it to you.
What lawn?
On the coronation lawn.
Of what? Buckingham Palace?
You mean where the mall is?
Across from Buckingham Palace? I'll show it to you. Someone did a huge.
Someone did an AI because I 100% believe that is not true. It would have been all over MSNBC.
Yeah, I'm not watching it. Are you ladies watching it?
I'll put it on because I got kickboxing in the morning, so I'll be up anyway. So I'm just gonna throw it on. Yes.
Yeah.
I saw Diana's wedding. I saw Diana's funeral. Fuck the rest of them.
Yeah, I watched all that, including the Queen's funeral. But what I can't do is watch, and this is why I've planned my day out tomorrow to. Okay, here we go. What are we looking at? Oh snap!
That is
Windsor. That
is photoshopped.
New York Post.
Is it photoshopped or is it AI? What is it?
Either it's not real. There's no way that's real.
The Post said
the New York Post was the only one.
Giant penis mowed into lawn at King Charles Coronation Bath site.
Let me get it.
Pranksters mowed a giant penis onto the famous grounds of Royal Crescent in Bath, England, where significant coronation. Residents awoke Thursday to morning wood with the glaringly obvious penis trimmed into the bush grass overnight.
So that happened yesterday. So they've rectified it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them, but I just can't. For me, I'm not going to watch tomorrow because, I just don't understand how you have your side piece is now going to be the Queen of England. And I just don't like that. And on top of the fact that, England, like the country is spending an exorbitant amount of money for this whole coronation. And you've got people there, like the money situation there is just terrible. People are struggling hand to mouth. It's like, read the room, motherfucker. Why are we going to have all this goddamn pomp and circumstance when people are hungry and people are homeless?
They've been doing that for years.
I know, but here's my thing. But I get it, Chris. But here's the thing. You're not voted into this. This is by birth. It's like, dude, we're not spending all this money because you just was born into this family. Who gives a shit? And y'all are inbred anyway. But that's a whole nother topic of discussion.
It's also a big money maker for them. They said it was going to be some
exactly
dollars for people to come in to see it. So that might,
and that's why they're doing this, because it's a money maker. Because when I put on Good Morning America this morning, Michael Strahan, all of them is out there reporting, and people are setting up tents and sleeping in the street under their tents to just be witness to that. It's a moneymaker, because let's not get it twisted. If the royal family didn't exist, that's their moneymaker. Without the royal family, who cares? Why would I have to fly 6 hours to go to London? I can drive 20 minutes downtown Boston. Back Bay, Beacon Hill. I can see the same shit.
You don't go to London just because to see the
Buckingham Palace.
When I went to London, when I went to London, That's what I went to London to see. I walked my ass to the friggin' Buckingham Palace. I went to everything. I did the whole everything.
Because that's all that London had to offer. That's not why you go to London.
No, I went to London because I went to London because at the time my brother was stationed in the Air Force over there. And I went over there. But the number one reason was, number two. Number one was I wanted to see my brother. And number two, I wanted to freaking experience London. And it felt like I was at home in Boston, downtown, in the South End, in the North End, Back Bay, the cobblestones, the whole thing. The only thing different was the accents and the food, because our food here is way better than that food over there. Sorry, not sorry.
So back to UK, the show.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
so who do you think is shadier, Whitney? You think she's shadier with that? Because that little conversation at the end
with him
and Matt, with Matt and Whitney,
mm-hmm.
That little conversation at the end and that little hug, I was like.
So is Matt the guy with the tats?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What is up with his hair? Is it wavy or is it like plaited? Are there braids? I can't figure out the texture. Is driving me crazy.
I know, it's funny.
What is it? It looks crazy.
I don't even look at his face. I just look at his hair the entire time. So it's like his hair is talking.
It's like wave. But it is weird. I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't like him. I do not think he's a nice person to that woman who clearly wants him. I don't like him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, so much she tells some off-color jokes. Who hasn't? You know, she might be. Yeah. Again, I think it's nervous energy trying to get him to pay attention, and it's also a little self-esteem because I think she feels like sex is the only thing she has to offer a man.
That's the part. And that's why I have to respectfully disagree with you, because as a man, like any self-respecting man, like I'm just going to speak from screw the man.
Yeah,
there it is, Vanessa. What is that?
It looks like cornrows. Like, is it plaited? Is it twisted?
I think it's twisted. I think it's a twist. I think it's twisted. But here's my thing. Like I said to you, Shahida and Chris, when we first started watching this, and I said, to quote the late, great Tupac Shakur, I don't want it if it's that easy. Oh, it's twist. It's twist. If that's
her, but that's your wife. It's not even about her.
Right.
If the wife wants to give it up, I'm going to give it up. That makes me a whore.
Here's the thing. It's the circumstance. It's different if you meet somebody and you date them and you court them and now you get married. This is married at first sight. So they had a wonderful, Matt always said, our wedding was bar none. It was the best wedding ever. And I will toast to him on that, because out of all of the married at first sight weddings that I've watched, that wedding was the best wedding ever. And I love the fact that he showed up on his motorcycle and her family and his family was like, what's that noise? And all you hear is, argh! And he rolls up and he gets off his bike. And I'm like, Hercules. Here's the thing. She saw him and was like, oh my God, he's perfect. And then she wouldn't let it go. All she wanted was to have sex with him, touch him. And I'm not a grabby person. So for me, that would turn me off. So I felt for Matt with that, where if I'm with you, I'm with you. But I don't need you to always be like grabbing me, grabbing my leg, grabbing a titty, grabbing my arm. I don't need that to make you feel validated that I'm with you. So I feel Matt on that one, because I'm not into that. I don't like that.
But he has not shown 1 ounce of affection towards her.
Yeah, that's
not
hurtful.
one, not even like a hand on the back. He has not shown that he's interested in her at all. except for the wedding, he's always been standoffish with her. And then she made it worse by being nervous and talking sex. And he's like, slow down. And then once he was once he tipped over the tipping point, he's like, no, I'm not even attracted to you now. And all she wants now, she's toned it down. All she wants now is just to say, do you even like me? Do you even like, will you just hold my hand? She even said, touching my back, hold my hand, something of some sort of affection towards her. And he is shut down. He is shut down.
Like Gina.
Yeah.
Worse though. Because he's saying it. He's saying things to her that's really deflating her self-esteem. You know, you could just see she dies a little every time she talks to him.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the only one that's not reading this right?
Yes.
Because I just don't get it.
I do agree that she is extra sensitive and extra emotional right now, but because right now she wants it so badly, and he's not giving her anything, any hope, any future, any nothing. And she stopped with the sexual stuff. She hasn't done that. He's like, I don't like that. She stopped doing that. But now she just wants anything, some sort of affection. But he's like, even when he's going out now, you know, she said, can we have it 70-30 when we're together? And she's like, no. He's like, I'm usually by myself. He doesn't want to be around her at all anymore. No. And but they're married.
But here's the thing. First impressions are lasting impressions. Just shut your mouth. Even if I go on Married at First Sight.
With that, because you're 70-30 on this whole fucking conversation. So that being said, go ahead.
I just think that, that's not gonna work. She's just too much for him. And he, as a man, I'm not a man. So Chris, you're the odd man out. I'm just saying, would that be okay for you that you had a woman that was like, I want to touch your dick. I want to touch your dick. I want to fuck you. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this.
Yes. And she stopped doing that because he kept saying, I'm not attracted to that. So she has to continue to do that. She has stopped doing that. She's curbed her enthusiasm. And I think a lot of that was just like they said with her personality was she thought that all she's ever had to offer was sex to a man.
They didn't say that. I said that.
Well, they said in the last episode too.
Yeah, they did. Sorry, Shahida.
But you can say that. You're right. But you're right. I mean, but you're right. That's all she's ever given out to other men or whatever. And she thought that if she led with that, he'd be all in. But it was the opposite effect on him. And now she's actually curbed her. She doesn't say anything around that anymore. But he's so far gone, he won't even be affectionate to her. And doesn't
because he's moved on.
Time with her. Yeah, I know. But he doesn't even want to spend time with her. But you know, that's sad.
Well, yeah, it's sad. I just feel like so I know Vanessa, you
but at the end, but now so the black girl that he said he wished he would have been
Whitney. Yes, Whitney.
That's the hug that you're talking about at the end when they were chatting. Yes. Okay.
Now, so you got to watch her and her relationship. She was a complete bitch, and the whole with her and Duca. You gotta watch it from the beginning, and then you'll get kind of a perspective of like where she's coming from and where. Yeah, but hey, if they're made for each other, Whitney and Matt, they both said that they were not attracted to. They would not have normally been attracted to each other, but
I think they lied. They probably set it up because that's just too convenient. And he's like the complete opposite of what I would think Whitney would want.
And he's the complete opposite. He said she's too glam for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll see it when it comes about. But I at first I was gonna give Whitney some grace and say, yeah, Duca is fake, blah 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 blah. But so is she. When they had the love-hate challenge and he was telling her the stuff that he loved about her, and she was like, were those being somebody saying that you're considerate? Is that not a compliment? Can somebody not love you? I was like, why is she acting like he didn't think this through? Those were the things he liked. It was supposed to be things I love about you. What did she want?
But they started with the things I don't like about you, which is
wrong. That was the day before.
I don't want to know these people. And I was like, 3 things that I don't like. I mean, of course, your guard's up and everybody's feathers got ruffled and everyone had I don't know these people, but that's tough. I mean, maybe 1 thing and 3 good things, but not 3 bad things and then the good stuff. Too much.
I thought that was kind of gangster too, because I was just like, what therapist is gonna be like? Ask your husband. You can't do that in America.
That's what you think. What was your impression of Thomas?
He's the one who's what is he?
You're a bitch. You're a bitch.
Thomas and Adrian, the gay couple.
Oh.
That was tame.
He's what?
That was tame compared to what he's been like.
You're a bitch.
He's just.
I know you hate him, but
I don't hate him. No, I don't hate him. I don't hate him anymore. I just couldn't deal with him if I.
I
love Adrian. I love Adrian. Right?
I love both.
Love Adrian. Adrian needs to be designated as the new expert for UK, United States, and Australia. Every frigging Married at First Sight that comes out, Adrian needs to be the universal expert. Because I love me some Adrian. Adrian is friggin' a present from Black baby Jesus to me. I love him. I want to hug him. Like, he showed up with I just want him to come to my house and hug me. I'll pay him for that. And I'm like, he showed up for George. Let's get into George and what's her face? George that has no self-esteem whatever. I'm sorry. I can't be with a man. Like, I agree with, what's her name? April. I agree with April to an extent. Like, if I enter into I think that when any of us enter into a new relationship, all past shit is off the table. Like, I will tell you what I choose to share with you, but I'm not obligated to tell you everything that happened in my past. Not when we're in our 30s, 40s, and goddamn 50s, because we all got some skeletons. So I'm not here to tell you all that shit. Just know that I like you, I want to be with you, and we're good. But George got problems, and I need April to cut his ass loose real quick, because for the rest of her natural life, she's going to have to be answering to him of where she's going, who she looked at, because he brought that shit up when she was like, he's like, well, when we're out and somebody looks at you and I can see you looking at them. And she's like, George, I really wasn't looking at them. But yeah, you were. That's controlling. I don't like that shit. He's insecure and he wants to control her. And I look at April like I look at Jasmine on Nashville. Like, he is literally slowly but surely dimming her shine. And she's sitting over there crying her eyeballs out. She is fucking Miss Great Britain, for God's sakes. Bitch, get your shit right. Put your crown on and be like, fuck you, George, with your cauliflower ears. That's not attractive at all. Get your cauliflower ears ass out my face. I'm out.
Was George a fighter before?
I don't know what he did before, but if you look at him, he's got cauliflower ears, and it's not a cute look. Sorry. Ick.
He needs to change his teeth, though. He's talking about bad teeth. Person who looks so much better with some good teeth. His teeth are all jacked up.
He needs to change everything about him. What he needs to do is look at April. He needs to man up and say to April and the experts, I'm not here for this. I've got 4, 5, how many fucking children he has?
4 kids. He's
got 4 fucking kids. He's got parents that he needs to take care of. On top of it, so 4, 5, 6, he's got 6 people that he needs to be responsible for. Why are you entertaining her? Let that bitch go.
Because he is trying to be, he's too sensitive, first of all. He's very, very sensitive. But the reason why he says he's so sensitive is because he's looking out for not only him, but for his family as well. And he's been dogged before. He's been really betrayed before. Now, the whole kiss thing,
haven't we all?
In an earlier episode, they got on the honeymoon. He went upstairs and she got in the hot tub with a bunch of people, and they were doing truth or dare, whatever, and they dared to kiss she kissed another girl, and he got all upset because he's like, "You're cheating on me already." He's way too sensitive. I do like George though, I think, but he's way too sensitive.
Now he's insecure. Let's call it for what it is. Take sensitive off the table. He's an insecure, weak ass man. Not sorry. He's insecure as fuck. And he's going to pound it in her head until she succumbs to him. And I need her to walk away because he's not good for her. You are Miss Great Britain. Get the fuck in love with him. She's already in love with him. And she's trying to tell him, how many times do I have to tell you? This is when I want to throw my shoe at the TV when I'm watching it. She's like, how many times do I have to tell you? I want to be with you. As a woman of a certain age, I shouldn't have to tell you over and over again. If I'm with you and I love you and I want to be with you, one time I have to say it. And let's move on. This man needs validation over and over and over and over again. And I'm not trying to do that. I would have done that shit when I was 20 and 30. Nah, I'm good. April needs to bounce. And George is too insecure and he was not ready for this. He's got his kids. He's got his parents. He's got everything. Take care of them and leave that bitch alone. And here we are. Sorry, I went too far.
It will all make sense when you watch the other episodes.
Yeah. Because I saw that. And she was afraid to even say anything after she got lambasted by him and was all, she was in tears. I definitely felt that whole dynamic.
Do you think Kwame and Case, whatever, do you think they'll make it?
I don't know. I was like, saying absolutely not, because he was
the black coupleness,
and they still haven't had sex.
No, but that bitch can cook.
She can cook. That he keeps saying it over and over and over again.
He is an African man, and he literally lights up like a Christmas tree when they're like, "What is it about?" Shit, hey, bruv, the whole England thing, bruv, isn't it? She gets in that kitchen. Oh yeah, I think they're going to be good as long as she's feeding him, and that Keisha likes sex. She might be a little too big for him, but I think he might be able to get over that because she is feeding his ass. Ain't nobody there gonna cook for Kwame like Keisha. And Keisha likes her little, sexy outfits. She puts all that shit on. Oh yeah, they gonna say yes. I thought they would have been done 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I did too.
I think they're good. I think if anyone says no, it's gonna be Keisha. I think he'll say yes because he's sprung now.
I think if anybody says no, it'd be him.
Oh no. Because he is an African man and he likes his food. And if Keisha is putting up them dishes to him on a weekly, daily, and weekend basis, he gonna say yes. And she likes to fuck? Come on.
But he hasn't fucked yet. We don't know if he likes to now because he hasn't had sex with her. And she's begging.
Exactly. But they may. He is so sprung on the food. He's like, I'm good.
Well, I don't know because that's now it sounds like she's on like cook and maid status.
No, she likes to cook. I love to cook.
Oh,
so I would never look at it. I would never look at it as I'm a maid status. I'm looking at it like if I'm with a guy that he likes to eat, and
I'm saying for him, it could look that way because he's not showing her any other intimacy. But then he wrote the poem, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. But before then, he hadn't been showing her a whole lot of anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have my concerns that he's just using her as a maid and a cook.
Yeah. All right.
And I like the couple that everyone loves, the black girl and the white guy.
Shanita and and let me fill it out.
Yeah, that other guy.
I forgot his name. I think it's Justin, but it's
yeah, they get along really well. They're
nice Jordan, people. Shanita and Jordan.
They get along really well. That's a done deal. The gay couple, the two girls, they're getting along really well too.
Yeah, Jenna and Zoe.
More than off camera than on camera, it seems.
Yeah.
Who's the good-looking blonde guy with the blonde girl?
Oh, Sophie
and Jonathan.
Jonathan's kind of a dick.
I know. I was stunned too.
He showed him.
I saw a little of it when they got married.
I didn't realize he was such a dick.
Oh no, I watched the latest. Did you, Chris? Were you able to recoup your episode?
Yes.
All right,
I watched everything.
Vanessa, did you see? I don't want to be a spoiler, but did you see? Did you watch the couples getaway?
Well, yeah, 16, 17, yes. Because they were
all right. So I'm not gonna spoil anything. So you saw when Jonathan and Sophie sat down and had a little discussion, and he got all fussy. He was like, and he walked away. I was like, "Ooh, Jonathan got a little attitude happened here." Sophie and Jonathan.
When she's talking about
blonde, she's blonde. He's good, kind of good looking, very kind of athletic.
The carpenter and the
okay. Wait, I skipped the show. I'm sorry. I'm like, what show are we talking about?
So they had the two couples dinner, and he was talking like, if she gets fat, I don't want to be. I would want it. Don't work out because he was trying to tell her don't lift legs because I don't want big horse legs. And she's like, why are you going to tell me how to work out? She's like, because I'm not attracted to that. Like if you got fat, I wouldn't be attracted to that either. And she's like,
okay, so let's talk about that, and then we'll curb this until next week. Let's talk about that because he could have had a softer approach on that.
Yeah,
but I wasn't offended by what he said. I was offended by how he said it.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point.
I wasn't offended by his thought process on it because at the end of the day, he's like, I am who I am. And he made it very clear that he was brutally honest. For most folks, that's to their detriment. But I kind of agree with him. Like,
I mean, he can have his opinion, but he has to have some sensitivity to other people. He has no sensitivity whatsoever. He has none. He's not like, oh, well, okay. Like the difference between how Jonathan did it and how Clint did it. When Clint said, I've dated women who are more athletic than this and the other. And then he was like, the way it came out, Jonathan would never even apologize for that. Jonathan's like, he didn't apologize for that. No. Clint was like, I didn't really mean it that way. I meant this, because he has some sort of sensitivity. Jonathan had no sensitivity. He's like, look, if you get fat, I don't want to be with you. If you get horse legs, I don't want to be with you. That's just what I like.
Vanessa?
Well, my mother did say when I was dating, one of my early boyfriends was a bodybuilder. And she was like, don't work out. You don't want to get those thick muscles. So I'm coming from a place of love. She was like, do not work out with him. You don't want to bulk up. So,
and I agree with that because she is a kind of thick kind of girl, even though she's beautiful, like she's cute and she presents well. But at the end of the day, it's like, this is what I like. This is what I don't like.
Yeah, but she's not lifting to try to get bigger. She's working out. She's not going to get horse legs.
But that's not the only thing he said to her that was kind of out of pocket. He's just a little bit not a little bit. He's not concerned about hurting her feelings or anybody else's.
Oh yeah,
I'm just blunt. But some people use that "I'm just blunt" thing just to be mean to other people. Like when keeping it real goes wrong, he's just a jerk. And I think it's gonna come out even more. And if I was her, if she was my daughter, I would say I don't think he's a good fit for you because his personality is only going to intensify, and he wants your thought to be his thought. That'd be a nasty, ugly marriage.
And that's the same.
He's simple. That's what it is. He's a simple carpenter.
April.
Wait, hold on 1 second. He's a simple carpenter from Coventry. He's not sophisticated at all, and she needs someone with a little more sophistication. He's just like, this is what I like. If I don't like it, he's so hardcore. She needs someone who has a little bit more sophistication.
I don't know about that. I mean, let's take the classism out of this right now. Like sophistication. Like he is who he is. He's a carpenter.
He's a
carpenter, and
he's a simple dude.
No, but he's a carpenter, and he lives in a certain part of England, a Coventry. I don't know where that is.
He says, "I'm a Coventry boy." He's a very simple dude. He doesn't do much. He doesn't like fancy food. He this, that, and the other. He does what he does. He likes what he likes, and he doesn't like what he likes. I have a problem with the classism thing because it's like, because she is, from a well-to-do family, obviously, and she's, lived her life a certain way, then why are we judging him? Because he's acting like these are my, let me finish. He's acting like these are my opinions. I'm very straightforward. I'm very simple. This is what I like, and this is what I don't like. And there's no gray or finessing or anything in between. There's no like, I'm sensitive to your feelings. I'm this, that, and the other. He's just a straight, regular dude. Period.
Okay.
That's just, it's my opinion. So.
But he's not a nice dude. He can be all of those things. He could have a lot of money or no money, but his heart and his intent is not good.
And again, I don't know these people. And if he knows that she comes from wealth and he doesn't, then again, he might be lashing out because he doesn't feel like he's good enough, smart enough, whatever. So the only way he can feel like himself, this is who I am, deal with it or not, walk if you're not, because this is who I am, not going to change to make you to fit on your, again, class,
He says, I don't want to live in the city. He's like, I don't like the city. I'm not living in the city.
Yeah.
I'm a country boy. I like the country. I don't like the city. It's too many people. He's so boom, 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 boom that he's not giving any kind of sensitivity or even, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, I'm interested on that because the way that the episode ended, I was like, "Ooh, it's not going to work out." I didn't think it was going to work out on the wedding day when, with her parents. Obviously, she comes from a certain level, and then he comes with his family, and doesn't mean that he's any less than. But I'm like, oh, even his mother said it. Remember at the wedding ceremony, his mother was like looking at her parents, and she's like, I think we might be outclassed here. But that's a European thing. She's like, I think
that's my point. That's exactly my point. They're from a certain country thing. That's how the country people are. And she's more sophisticated with this. I didn't say the one's better than the other, but that's who they both are. And it's not, and I think his simplicity of like, I think if he had a nice wife who was like, whatever you say, honey, nice country wife. I don't want to go to the city either. She's like, you have never had an arancini? I mean, he's like, no, I don't really give a shit about, rice balls, fried rice balls. Oh. She's like, oh. So I think they're just different. But she sprung on him though, because he hit it. He hit it, and she likes.
He hit it. Yes, he did, and he said that when they did the whole love hate thing, and she's like, what is the one thing that you love about? He's like, my ding dong. I was like, yes.
Yep.
That's a whole lot of confidence right there. Not sorry, but here we are. All right, so guys. So look at here. Anything else? Because it's Cinco de Mayo, and yeah, it's what time is it? I can't remember.
Tomorrow. Speaking of UK, the coronation tomorrow. Speaking of UK,
the coronation is tomorrow, but screw that coronation because Vanessa, thank you for reminding me, girl. You about to do a whole ass podcast with the former first lady and Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi. Go on, talk to us.
Well, she's a neighbor, so she's been in my house for lunch. I was at her birthday party at the St. Regis. They're a lovely couple, and so they asked me to do it's a podcast to try to get women to be more active in the Democratic Party, which we are. We're literally the backbone of the Democratic Party.
Hello.
But
first of all,
yeah,
tell your girl that I canvassed for her for 2 months in New Hampshire.
Good for you.
It was not nice. It was not nice. But you all know that's my girl.
That's all our girl. So when is that happening? Because I saw it on your Instagram, and I didn't see like a date or and a login. So we want to log in for that.
I'll give you the link, and it's next Wednesday from 7 to 8, and I'll be in my desk right now. It's all virtual, but it's Nancy Pelosi and of course our
Hillary,
Secretary of State / yes.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, so before we log off, what's going on with you? I heard that there's like a writer's strike in Hollywood.
Yep, and that's gonna be
everything shut down.
Good couple of months. That's gonna be everything is and they're picketing and Netflix is the one people that they don't want to give anything. Because there's no streaming. They don't want to give up streaming for that.
I saw that and I was like,
or pay the writers for, because when you used to, you write a TV show and you put it on air and they air it again, you get paid for it. Now you don't get paid anything for it because they can watch it over and over and over again and you get paid nothing. So they're like, and AI is a new thing now too, where the studios would use AI to write a script or help with the script or this and the other, which cuts them out. It's like, we don't even want to discuss AI. We don't even want it on the table. So, and, writers, just like with actors, you used to be able to be a working actor and have a living and survive. Now it's just top line. And it's the same thing with American society. It's the same thing. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poor. It's the same thing in everything. Yeah. And all of these are corporations that usually the studios were people who love the art, who love filmmaking, who had some sort of passion for it. Now it's just corporation. It's just Viacom. They just want to make money. Bottom line, making money. Before, in the last strike was 2017. They made a profit of $5 billion. Now they have a profit of $285 billion. And everybody's getting, so the richer, the head of Roku just became president of Roku, Charlie Collier's. He's $53 million.
A neighbor. He was our next door neighbor.
Yeah, $53 million he got paid. Yeah. Yeah. And he just started. So and nothing is going down, like nothing is trickling down to the people who are actually doing the stuff. Yeah. And they don't want writers. They used to have a writer's room where they would have, you would write the season. Now they have a mini thing, get all the shows written, and then just shoot them all. So the writers I was reading an article, some of the writers that would write, and then you be on the set to see how your show is going and be in production and learn production. You're writing for a production. Now they don't even go to set. They're not even allowed on the set to see what they're doing. It's all messed up. So it's going to be a couple months. They said it's going to be.
And you would get to know the writers so they would know you and your characters and what you could do really good. And we used to be able, if you did a series, you'd have 22, 23 episodes. So when I did Ugly Betty, Desperate Housewives, 6 Avenue, I started in July and worked all the way until March. So it was almost like a school year. I knew what my money was going to be for the year, what my vacation was going to be. And now you're lucky if you get 8 episodes, like The Crown, Ted Lasso. Those are all like 8, 10, maybe 12 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And again, that's all money that now you only have 8 episodes for a year, and you're like, what else am I going to do? And people, if you're already
hold you, they can hold you to that, so you can't do anything else too.
So you
and they make it last,
and you can't work on anything else because you've got an exclusive deal on Ted Lasso. I mean, I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah,
so it's not good. It's no residuals. It's tough.
It's terrible.
Oh, wow.
All right. So let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up because I have a question that I want to ask, but I want to ask it off camera. So let's wrap it up. Are y'all good?
Yep.
I guess
Happy
so.
good night, y'all. Oh, wait, I gotta go. Oh, here we are.